People want me to hang on to my past. I don't have to. I am choosing removal. I'm choosing tattoo removal. Like, this is my choice. You're either going to suffer by making the sacrifice, or you're going to suffer because you're not sacrificing. My future self doesn't want these tattoos anymore. I'm just going in a different direction. At any point in time, you can change the direction of your pen. And so I think for me, it's like peaceful, powerful, both. I can let go. Like, I don't have to hang on to it anymore.
In the world of professional basketball, NBA players are revered for their talent, their skills, and their resilience. But behind the cameras, the spotlight, and the championship dreams lies a story much darker than anyone could have imagined. Before we dive into this gripping story, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new documentary. We've got a lot more coming your way, and you won't want to miss it. Now, let's get into the details of this complex and heartbreaking case. Paul Germain. P.J. Washington Jr. was an NBA rookie full of promise. Fresh off his collegiate career at the University of Kentucky. At just 20 years old, he had it all: fame, money, and the future ahead of him. But in one of the most controversial celebrity custody battles ever seen, PJ would soon find himself in a web of psychological manipulation, media warfare, and a public scandal that would change his life. Forever, PJ Washington was born in 1998, with basketball in his blood. Growing up in a family where both parents played the game, PJ was naturally drawn to the sport. He quickly rose to prominence as a standout player at the University of Kentucky, known for his versatility, work ethic, and skill on the court. In 2019, PJ was drafted 12th overall by the Charlotte Hornets, starting his NBA career with high expectations and the potential to become a future star. His first season in the league was full of promise. He quickly proved himself to be a dynamic player, impressing fans and analysts alike. By all accounts, PJ had everything: the fame, the money, the future. But at the tender age of 20, he was about to face a storm that would change his life forever. In the same year PJ was drafted, he met Brittany Renner, a model, influencer, and author with millions of followers. Brittany was known for her provocative social media presence and unapologetic attitude. It didn't take long for the two to start dating. From the start, it seemed like a whirlwind romance. Brittany, 7 years PJ's senior, appeared to take the role of the experienced partner, someone who could guide PJ through the maze of fame and media attention. But behind their picture-perfect moments and social media posts, things were not as they seemed. What started as a casual relationship quickly spiraled into something much darker. From the outset, Brittany was strategic. She played hard to get, creating an aura of mystery around herself. She made PJ feel like he was lucky to be in her orbit, reinforcing the idea that he had won her affection. Her social media presence, carefully curated, showed the world an image of success and independence. But this wasn't just a relationship. It was the start of a psychological game. Brittany used her platform to subtly influence the narrative, controlling the story in ways that PJ couldn't even begin to understand at the time. As PJ's NBA career progressed, the pressure from his personal life increased. Brittany began to post cryptic messages on Instagram, hinting at issues in their relationship, while still painting herself as a supportive partner. What was supposed to be a personal and private experience was, instead, being turned into a spectacle. The birth of their son should have been a joyous occasion, but in reality, it only marked the beginning of a long and painful public conflict. In early 2021, Brittany announced she was pregnant with PJ's child. The news seemed like it could be a beautiful chapter in their story, but the timing was suspicious. PJ, still young and fresh in his NBA career, was now thrust into a highly publicized pregnancy, one that would ultimately become a media spectacle. Despite the seemingly happy news, cracks began to show in the relationship. Brittany's posts on social media became more frequent and more pointed. She shared personal moments, often portraying herself as a mother-to-be in the midst of adversity, while subtly positioning PJ as absent or disconnected. What was supposed to be a personal and private experience was, instead, being turned into a spectacle. As the relationship began to unravel, the media quickly picked up on the drama. Brittany positioned herself as the heartbroken, single mother, while PJ was painted as the absent father. Their private battles, once personal, were now played out for the world to see. In July 2021, PJ's frustration boiled over when he tweeted, "She was faking it all along." The tweet caught fire, setting off a media frenzy. Brittany, ever the savvy social media user, capitalized on the moment, sharing her own version of events. She posted videos of their son crying, captioning them in ways that painted PJ as an emotionally detached father. The public perception of PJ quickly turned. What was once an isolated relationship issue became a public battle, with each side vying for control of the narrative. Brittany's social media posts were calculated, designed to keep the media and public focus on PJ's perceived failings, while she presented herself as the victim. By 2024, the situation had reached a boiling point. The conflict wasn't just about custody or their son. It had become a full-scale media war. Brittany's every move was carefully designed to provoke a reaction, whether it was a cryptic Instagram post, a public accusation, or a video shared with her millions of followers. The toll on PJ was visible. Each public exchange, each viral post was another attempt to break him. He was increasingly trapped, his reputation tarnished with each new narrative that Brittany pushed out. What was supposed to be a co-parenting situation had turned into an emotionally draining cycle of psychological manipulation. Brittany's family got involved, further escalating the drama. Brittany's mother publicly criticized PJ, aligning with her daughter's version of events, adding fuel to the fire. It became clear that this was no longer about co-parenting, or even about their son. It was a game of psychological warfare, with each side using every tool at their disposal to win. Through all of this, PJ's mental and emotional health took a hit. Every social media post from Brittany, every viral video, every public statement, chipped away at him. The game he played on the court was a far cry from the battle he was fighting in his personal life. Behind the smiles and the basketball highlights was a man struggling to maintain his sanity in the face of an unrelenting media circus. It became apparent that the manipulation wasn't just for the cameras. It was designed to break him. And it was working. PJ Washington's story is not just about an NBA player and a public relationship gone wrong. It's about the insidious nature of psychological manipulation, the ways in which social media can be weaponized, and the toll it takes on a person's mental health when the narrative is no longer in their hands. The battle is far from over, and the public may never know the full extent of what PJ has gone through. But one thing is clear: this is more than just a celebrity scandal. This is a cautionary tale about the dangers of fame, the complexities of relationships, and the harsh realities of living in the spotlight. If you found this story eye-opening, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on how public relationships impact mental health, and let us know if you think the media should be more responsible in covering personal conflicts. Thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes the stories behind the headlines are far more complicated than they appear.